Mabining Anilao Mabining Gusto kong
Well, that was unexpected.
Oh yeah, that was
A great dive.
yeah, for sure. Lots of corals, nice bottom contour,
A cave,
a cave too. Who would
the
have
walls.
thought?
I mean, the soft
Yeah.
corals, the fish. Probably my favorite wide-angle dive site, potentially in all of Anilao.
Oh, I'd rank it up right up there.
Top
me
five
too.
for sure. Top five.
for sure.
And when we got up, we were pretty damn excited
Oh yeah.
because we were like, jackpot. I mean, talk about the ultimate home run. I've never heard of it. You've never heard of it. And we didn't put it in the book.
No,
And
it's a bit too far out. But-
all the guys, like no one's been here.
Yeah.
The boat guys, no one ever goes here.
Right. Our boat crew didn't know about it.
No.
Yeah.
But there's one problem. It's on the map. And it is called
Let's make sure.
Grotto.
Okay.
So I don't know, did we rediscover a dive site?
I think yeah. That's it, man. It's been there. People probably dove it, not too often, but we're definitely not the first ones to go there.
No, we're not.
I wish we could say that.
I know,
I
but
wish we could say that.
we're not the first.
How did we end up in this embarrassing situation? Well, let's take a step back and start at the beginning. In 2018, Ram Yoro and I wrote the Let's Go Dive Guide to Anilao. And over the course of writing that book, we had to create maps. Well, as it turns out, while making these maps, we think we discovered what might be an exciting new dive site just west of Sombrero Island. But obviously, as you just saw, it didn't turn out like we thought. So let's start right back at the beginning where it all began, in Paranaque, where we went to Dive Pro Asia to start our expedition to find the mystery Pinnacle.
But first things first, we need the gears.
Oh yeah.
We need BCDs, regs, basically everything because.
Okay, we will be happy to provide you with that. What we have here now is for your BCD is a dive right. Okay, this one is a super fabric.
Alright.
For the regulator, we also have one from Dive Right.
Cool.
This is our advanced open water setup.
Nice. Okay, any chance you have a computer?
Oh, of course. What we carry here is from Shearwater Research. We would love to let you try this one. This is a Predicts AI where you could use the transmitter on it as well. What we have for the 4K, we have prepared 4K camera for you guys. This is from Paralens.
This is a nice bag.
It is. It's from Fourth Element. Yeah.
Two gears, you have a fire lens, you have a couple of torches.
You have everything there.
Basically everything. So I guess we're ready now?
Sure.
All right.
Good luck for the trip and you guys have fun.
We need that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Our home for the shoot is the amazing Casa Bahia Resort, located right on the tip of the peninsula. This is the heart of Anilao dive country, with all the classic dive sites located just minutes from the beach. It will serve us well because it also is as close as we can possibly get to where we think the location of the mystery Pinnacle is. One of the best ways to find new dive sites, or shipwrecks, is to talk to local fishermen. The fishermen around Anilao have spent hundreds and thousands of hours out on these waters, and they know the hidden places where fish like to congregate. And if fish are congregating, that means there might be a dive site. It turns out Ram had the perfect guy to go to. So upon arrival at Casa Bahia that evening, we went straight down and sat by the pool to meet with our local fishermen.
Ako si Mr. Virgilio Abregonda. Dito na ako lumaki sa barangay Magalangit. Since na maliit pa kami, Yung father ko, farmer, tsaka fisherman. Yan yung kinagis nga namin. Kaya yung mga kawilan dyan ng mga lugar, halos kabisado ko na rin lahat.
Tsaka yung yaman ng dagat
Yung
dito.
naman ng dagat dito.
Ilang taon ka nag-umpisa mag-mangawin?
Since 12 years old,
Baba.
yun na lang yung ng magulang namin, yung tinuro. Kasi dito bukid to, wala namang ibang iano sa amin, kundi magsaka, mangisda. Kasi malayo pa. Ngayon, medyo nagbago na yung panahon habang naging moderno na yung lugar. Hanggang sa dumating yung mga diving na yan, nag-umpisa rin sa mga paisa-isang resort. Hanggang ngayon, dikit-dikit na yung mga dive shop dito.
May paborito ka dito na pangawilan?
Dito sa lugar na to, sa pagitan ng Tingloy at Sombrero na to, may shallow water dito.
North ng Tingloy, so malamang yun ngayon yung Bahura dive site. Doon kayo sa Bahura mismo, sa dulo pa?
Sa dulo pa kasi hindi naman siya mapuntahan yun ng mga divers.
Yung tinuturo mo halos sa harap ng Sombrero. Lagpas na sa alam natin na Bahura dive site. Kabisado mo talaga yung area. Pwede kami mag-request sa'yo.
Ano bang pwede kong gawin pabor sa inyo?
Pwede kami magpasama sa'yo. Tulong mo yung mga pinupuntahan mo, pasilipin namin. Bukas, pwede ka bukas?
Oo, pwede.
Agahan natin para maganda yung panahon. Sa mga alas 7.
Oo, mga alas.
Sige, kita tayo bukas.
Oo, sige.
Sige, Bio. Salamat. Kita.
Everything looked good, and we were excited for the next day. But Mother Nature had other plans for us. Typhoon kicked off to our southwest, and that started the habagat season early. That played hell with our diving. With our dive plans in tatters, we decided to spend a day planning instead. So we brought down Vio and we looked over the maps. We spent several hours picking his brain about dive sites around Anilao and what he knew. We also wanted to get his opinion on what he thought about our mystery dive site.
Ito sa
dulo nitong
layag-layag reef. Oo, layag-layag. Tapos may Bahura na reef. Tapos yung dulo pa niya, meron pa pero wala masyado pumupunta dyan.
Wala masyado.
Kasi malayo eh. Pag galing ka, di ba layag-layag tayo pumapasok lagi?
Yes, sir.
Yung single tank natin hanggang Bahura kanto lang.
No, sir.
Laban pa yan kasi pag malalim tayo, malakas pa sa hangin. So yung malayo na part ng Bahura, halos sa harap ng Sombrero, hindi masyado natin napupuntahan.
Hindi na kasi palaging malakas yung current dito, sir.
Okay. Isa din yan. So kailangan timing talaga yung
We could only look at the maps for so long. Eventually, we needed to get down on the water and see what the conditions were really like.
Ako nga, malabo na. Parang gatas na. Out to 40 meters. Malabo. Pero dun sa laot, sana mas
20 meters. Clear naman ng
yung problema lang yung surge.
Oo, yung surge ng
Sana baka mahirapan tayo mag-akyat sa baba sa boat. Chinek ko pala yung tide chart. Bukas, medyo malakas yung agos pero may window tayo between gitna ng mga 10:30 to 12:30. May panahon na pwede bumaba.
The first day of our search had been frustrating. We'd been unable to get out on the water and had had to spend our time planning indoors. That evening, the weather began to clear, and we were optimistic that tomorrow we would finally be able to hit the water. The next morning, we wake up, and we're nervous as we head out our doors. So before we head down to breakfast, we go make a quick check of the conditions. And things look good. The water is calming down, the clouds are clearing out, and it looks like today finally will be the day we get to go search for the mystery Pinnacle. Following breakfast, it's time to pack up our gear and head down to the camera room at Casa Bahia. Walking down towards the shore, we're delighted to see the sun has come out. It's going to be a nice, warm, and hot day out on the water, and we couldn't be happier. We have to load and mine at this time of year because the rough waves prevent us from loading in front of Casa Bahia. No problem, that's why we call it jeepney diving. With Vio on board, he directs the boat driver towards his fishing spot. This is a place he knows well where there's a concentration of fish. Spirits are high and everyone's in a good mood as things finally seem to be going our way. As we finally near the site, we check in with some local fishermen on the scene to see how the catch is going. It seems we've come to the right place, so we keep heading off and look for our shallow water. But we have a problem. The current is running extremely fast. Our timing is correct. It is still slack tide, but the water is moving way too fast to dive. Additionally, we're concerned that this looks like it's more of an extension of the existing Bahura dive site. And that's not really what we're after. So, between the current and our concerns about the site, we decide it's better to maybe head off and look for something else. This is where all that extra time we had due to the weather pays off. Having spent all those hours with Vio talking about other potential dive sites, we know there's more out here that has not been discovered. During his time fishing in these waters, Vio has found a number of sites just off the north shore of Maracaiban Island. With Vio to guide us right to the spot, it's time to hop in the water and see what's down there. At first it looks promising, but then Ram notices that the site is really just a long, gradual slope that has no real bottom contour. To maximize our search area, Ram stays in the water and goes along the side of the boat while holding on to the rope. As we slowly troll along the north shore of Maracaiban Island, all we see is a flat bottom, and the only reefs that we see have been dynamited. This does not look good. Vio has a number of spots for us to check out. One in particular he knows comes close to the surface and may be some type of pinnacle. And he's right, there is a shallow area. But even from the boat, we can tell that this is not going to be much of a site. The area has been heavily damaged due to dynamite fishing. In frustration, we press on and decide to go ask local fishermen in the area what they know. They have an idea of a site further down the shore that might work out for us. Our excitement builds as we head down the shore because we can see a lot of fish action on the surface. This is a really good sign, and we're really excited to check out this site. It seems the fishermen were right. This is a very promising area. So finally, we get our gear ready, get the cameras ready, and prepare to jump in. We're a long way from the traditional Anilao dive sites, and we can't wait to find what's under the water here. Get out of the water at the end of the dive, and I'm absolutely blown away with what I've seen. After just one dive, I've exceeded all my expectations about what I hope to find in our search for the missing pinnacle. Although it may have not been the pinnacle we were looking for, this may be even better. Then, when Ramen get back to the boat and they're telling me stories about caves and walls, I gotta get back in and do this again. Because honestly, I never made it past the shallow reef. It was just that amazing. And 1 hour later, we're gearing up, heading back in the water, and time to do it all over again. The second dive, it's even better than the first. Back on the boat, we're thrilled. And as we head back to Casa Bahia, Ram notices something. There might be another mystery pinnacle located just off the village of Gomao. So we figure, hey, maybe tomorrow we'll come back and check it out. But after what we found today, who really needs another dive site? I mean, caves, walls, tons of fish, tons of colors. This is what we came here for, and this is really Anilao diving at its finest. Our biggest decision to make is, should we just go back to where we just were and do 2 more dives there tomorrow? Or should we check out the mystery site? And honestly, we're leaning to go back and check out that cave and see what else we can find where we were today. Back at Casa Bahia, we get ready for dinner, but first off we need to go clean up our cameras. And that's when reality hits us right in the face. But there's one problem. It's on the map. And it is called
Let's make sure.
Grotto.
Okay.
That's right. Turns out our new dive site wasn't so new after all. So once again we go back to our ace in the hole Vio and see what he's got to say. Vio's disappointed, but he wants to check out that site we saw on the way back. Vio's got an old friend who fishes that area all the time, and he's going to ask him if he can come help us out. Hopefully he can, because tomorrow will be our last day to search for the new dive site. Otherwise, it's time to move on to something else. So as the sun sets and we head to bed, we're hopeful that tomorrow will bring better luck. It's been an incredible day, but you know what? This isn't what we came here for. As amazing as the grotto was, it's already an established site, and we're looking for something new, because we want to show that Anilao still has a whole lot left to discover. Well, this is it. Our last day to find a new dive site. Yesterday had been a big disappointment, and hopefully today would go better. The grotto was an amazing site, but we are really looking for something new. And our last chance is this place that's on the north shore of Maracaiban Island. Out here in this strait, we saw again what might be a mystery pinnacle on the map. So, we had to check it out. Vio's friend, who knows the area well, meets us at the beach. It's another day of jeepney diving, and we load up and prepare to head out. Out here we use a plumb line to test the depths. Good old-fashioned bottom finder. After several hits and misses we find a spot. We're way offshore, but the water here is really shallow, and it really shouldn't be. So I hop in and drag alongside of the boat to have a look. This far offshore the water should be several hundred meters deep. But then, I see something. So I climb back on the boat, give everyone the good news, and we get ready. Coming in here, we've got dolphins. Tuna? Right here. Too bad we were too slow to get the camera out. Dolphins, tuna, shallow water hundreds of meters offshore. Looks like a hell of a sight. So on our way down, we are really excited because we may have found something. But on the bottom, not so much.
Got us excited when you said, I'm seeing something.
There's something down here. And there was. It was okay. I mean, it was what? Very scattered rocks. You know, some reef stuff, not nothing amazing.
Yeah. It was a very slow, gradual slope.
Yeah, and finally, so I figured, hey, let's find the drop between here and the shore. But there wasn't one.
It wasn't.
We made it all the way to the
down.
beach.
Yeah, I think the map is partially accurate in the sense that there's something out there,
Right.
really far, but it's not a pinnacle. It's a peninsula, protruding part of the land that slowly, gradually slopes down.
Right. I kind of feel like we missed it. You know, we dropped, and the current was moving. We dropped over there and were pushed that way pretty quickly.
Yeah. There's something causing
There's something causing that ripple, and we missed it because we were too far this way.
Yeah.
But we did prove on that dive, if nothing else, we have proved that the charts are completely wrong.
Yeah.
There's no pinnacle. This is not a steep drop off. This is pretty shallow, way out. So I think this time we shoot on the other side of that and just drift all the way back down and see if there's anything there. Ram's the first one down, and I'm right behind him. Who knows what we'll find, but this is it.
That was something right there. Totally out of nowhere. And then something, boom. Nice patches of corals. Sensory overload, lots of colors. Tiny fish swimming on top of it. And I think I saw some macro too. Then lots of these like hydroids, the weedy stuff. Those, the kind that, you know, Rhinopias would normally stay on. I think there's good potential here, man. You should like come back and look some more. That was awesome. That was awesome. I think we,
That
we
was a
found
dive
something.
site.
Yeah.
That was a dive site.
For sure, for sure.
So it's this like
Salt
thumb sticking
sticking
up
out.
that's catching all the currents
Current.
as they go by. Macro,
We saw macro,
wide angle,
wide angle, especially close focus wide angle.
plenty of nudies, variety of nudies. You had everything from the anemone fish to the anthias.
Right. Lots of anthias, by the
Anthias
way.
on the rock, the fusiliers on the rock. Like I saw porcelain crabs on that, eels on that, and I would call it a very nice patch reef.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. It's a patch reef.
We didn't find a pinnacle. We found a patch
We
reef.
found something.
That is it was a good site. Like the first dive here when we were back down there.
A little bit, But this one,
This one, I didn't feel like I was wasting my time. I would dive that again. I'd say it would be a really good second dive.
yeah.
Maybe
So-
do like a grotto, and then here.
Right,
That's a good dive. That's a good 2 dives.
exactly. So you have one more in this area. Time to update the book.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, we do the book. This is a brand new site never heard of. We missed the grotto, which is probably one of my top 5 Anilao sites that I'd never heard of. Also, not in the
Not
book.
the book.
So yeah.
Anyway,
second
let's-
edition.
What are we gonna call this?
What's the name of the village here?
It's Gamao.
It's Gamal Village.
And how do you describe the reef?
Patch Reef.
Patch.
Gamal Patch Reef.
Patch reef.
All right. So, if you're watching this, we officially christened this Gamal Patch
Gamao
Reef.
Patch reef.
So we found it. All right, man. That was good.
That was good.
In the end, it's been a fun couple of days. We didn't find what we set out to, but you know what? We found something pretty cool anyway. We rediscovered the grotto, we found the Gomao Patch Reef, and had a lot of fun doing it. We need to give a big thanks to our sponsors. Dive Pro Asia, Casa Bahia, Shearwater, and Dive Right. Thanks a lot for watching, and hopefully see you on the next episode.